federal law enforcement officer. Rob is a published writer and has written articles assisting people in overcoming stress, fear, and anxiety. He has been featured in television commercials, film, movies, talk shows, podcasts, radio, magazines, news articles, and other social media platforms. He's a husband and a father and the owner of Never Stumble Consulting and Muscle to Bone Fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Roberts.
Wow. Who's that? Wow. Who's that guy? Wow. Who's that guy? My goodness. I gotta do some push-ups up to hearing that. You know what? I need one volunteer. Looks like we have some things that we're gonna do today. I need one volunteer to step up, one brave person who wants to come up front. One person. Yeah, come on up. Yeah. You raise your hand? Come on. Yeah. Let's give her a round of applause. Come on now. She's not brave. All right. What's your name?
Belinda.
All right, Belinda, let me tell you, thank you so much for coming out. I have a special Stay-Inspired wristband and $5 just for no reason. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Now, why was Belinda the only person who was courageous enough to walk up front?
You've seen this happen.
All right? So what happens is this. In life, we have an opportunity to step up to the plate, to step up to the stage, but there's something that is holding us back, and it's only one thing, and that's fear. It's fear. What is stopping us from being our best physically, mentally, emotionally, and that is fear. My name is Rob Conqueror Roberts. I help and assist people around the world in developing their best self. I help them overcome and conquer fear, stress, and anxiety, obesity, health. I help people around the world, and I ask them, what is your name? And what is your, who are you? And they tell me, I'm a congressman, I'm a senator, I'm a chief of police. So I say, well, who are you really? I'm a congressman, I'm a senator, I'm a chief of police. Listen, we are not our titles, we are not our position. Who are we? So I had to do research for years to find out who are we as people. And I found something in a book. I love reading books, especially psychology. It's one of my favorites. But my favorite book is the Bible. And God says in his word that we are more than conquerors through Jesus Christ. So just like Saul changed his name to Paul, Abram changed his name to Abraham, I changed my name to Robert Conqueror Roberts when I found out who I was in God. Okay? So I served working for the United States government. I work local, county, state, PD, corrections, and it's been exhilarating. But when I decided to put my little superhero cape away and help out real people, being a personal development expert, it gave me joy and promise. So let's talk about fitness for a moment. I want to step from behind the podium just for a little bit, and we're going to get a little involvement. So I don't want to get embarrassed when I come over and put a mic in your face, okay? Don't get embarrassed. But where do we develop our eating habits? Where do they come from? Where do they come from? Has anyone heard this? I don't see a show of hands. You better eat everything off your plate, or else you get a beating, right? That's right. You better eat everything off your plate because there's starving people in Africa. Anyone heard that? Exactly. So what does that do to us when we're younger? What does that do to us? All of a sudden that causes us to become stress eaters. Okay, now we're eating under stress. For some people it's cybophobia, which is the fear of food. Okay, so now as we become an adult, we're eating that bag of chips, and for some reason, when it gets to that lower end, instead of wrapping it up and packaging it away, we just finish and polish that off. Am I right? Anyone's been there? We get that last row of cookies. There's only 2 left. You know you're full. You know you shouldn't have that last cookie. Well, guess what? Mama said, and we go ahead and we finish that cookie off. Okay? So it's time for us to reprogram our program. Any learned behavior is an unlearned behavior. We have to change this, okay? So when looking at our food, we have to also say to ourselves, why do I eat these unhealthy things, and what does it mean to me? There's a lot of stress hormones. We can talk about hippocampus, endocrine system. We can talk about all these things, but there's something called leptin. Leptin is a stress hormone that actually is more of a hunger hormone. This causes us to feel like we are not hungry for some reason. You ever turn around and you say to yourself, wow, I didn't eat breakfast. I think I forgot to eat lunch. Well, that's called leptin. This is when you get that angry phone call over the phone, and all of a sudden you say, you know what, I lost my appetite. I'm not hungry. I lost my appetite. That's called leptin, okay? There's also something called ghrelin. Ghrelin, on the other hand, it works with stress, but it turns into a hunger hormone. This makes you extremely hungry. This makes you crave the high-fat, salty foods, okay? After a bad breakup, someone eats a gallon of ice cream, okay? It's called ghrelin. It's a real thing, and we have to be aware of these things. So how do we avoid this? One thing is this. Never shop when you're hungry, angry, sad, okay? It's almost like the devil when he tried to tempt Jesus in the wilderness, if you think about it, in a way, okay? He wants to attack you at your weakest point, when you're most vulnerable. He wants to attack you, just like any enemy, any predator. All the terrorists and killers that I met, they all have the same MO. They want to attack you when you're at your weakest point, when you're distracted. So we have to be aware of our state of mind, develop self-awareness and say to ourselves, you know what, when I get to that point, let me take a moment and assess where I am. Let me take a moment and just breathe, have a sense of self-awareness, mindfulness, okay? So let's not go shopping when we feel like that. Now, why are we eating this food in our home anyway? Because we bought it. Thank you. Let's cut down the accessibility to these types of foods by not buying it in the first place. I love to cook. I love to cook. My mom, dad, everyone, I love to cook. And I realized that my meals take about 20 minutes to an hour to cook, preparation. But when I go to a fast food restaurant, before I get to the second window, they're handing my food out to me out the window. Come on. How you hand me 5 pounds of food in a bag in 30 seconds? That means it's not food. That means it's not food. So I had to do in-depth research to find out what it is that I was consuming. What is it? What am I consuming? So how many here with show of hands eat fast food? Anyone? Oh, don't be shy. I see someone did one of these numbers there. I see it. All right. All right. So what are we doing when we eat fast food? We are actually paying money to hurt ourselves. We're paying money to buy poison. We're paying money to essentially kill ourselves, and it's unnecessary. How many people with a show of hands drink soda? Anyone drink soda? Yeah? Wow. Yeah. All right. All right. So if we think about soda, soda is banned in over 22 countries worldwide. Banned in over 22 countries. Not only is it a fast track to diabetes, but it causes osteoporosis. My seniors, come on now. This is the brittling of bone. This is when you simply get out of a car and we wonder why we dislocate our hip. Okay? Osteoporosis, soda, diabetes, soda, high blood pressure, soda, high cholesterol, soda. So if I was to tell you, now that we know this, now that we have this knowledge, who wants to drink soda? Soda, come on now. I know somebody wants soda. I have one person. Yes. So here's what happens. Here's what happens. You will have people in life, no matter what the label says, they're still going to do it. So what does God say? A prudent man, prudent person, sees danger and takes refuge. But the simple keep going and, right? Come on now, right? I know the hand went down. It's all right. It's all right. Guys, listen. I can't come up here and make anything up. I can't. I can only repeat the words of our Creator. He tells us these things about gaining knowledge, okay? So if we know knowledge is power, knowledge is only power if we have the courage, like the beautiful woman who came up front, to act on that, okay? We don't want to miss out on our blessing of life by simply sitting back in fear. Oh no, someone's going to see me. Oh no, I'm wearing it. Come on, we didn't get dressed up for nothing. Come on now, show everybody what you're all about, okay? Now, I'm going to open up the floor to a couple of quick questions before we get to some fun, okay? That is this. If we know that we need to start eating in moderation, okay? Breakfast, for instance, okay? Whenever you eat, whether it be 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whenever you eat breakfast, that's break fast. That's breaking the 6 or 7 hours that you went to bed with no nutrition coming in your body whatsoever. Eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, dinner like a peasant, okay? So, how many people heard this growing up? Brush your teeth and go to bed after dinner. Go ahead, brush your teeth and go to bed. Anyone heard that? Raise your hand. Exactly. Little did we know that our family was hurting us, harming us. I wouldn't say killing us. It's the lack of knowledge. God says what? With lack of knowledge, my people shall perish. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, obesity. We are dying by the droves because of lack of knowledge. Okay? I know we want to stay up and watch Blackish or some other show late at night where we eat dinner and then we go lay it down. This is actually killing us. Our body, just like the way gravity stuff on Earth, is designed to eat food and for it to do a fast track to where it needs to go, okay? What we absorb is good, but what we can't absorb becomes waste, and that waste needs to go somewhere. So this is why you want to eat early. I know we heard of the people who eat at 4, or eat at 5, or 6 o'clock, and we're eating at 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, by eating early, it actually helps with speed up your metabolism. It allows you to digest your food. By eating late and laying on that food, it now becomes harmful for you and toxic, okay? Not to mention we will have gout. Gout is one of the things that come with acid reflux. These are a host of illnesses and diseases that happen when we lay down on our food. I know that we heard this growing up, but it's time for us to make a change. Just like the young woman who came up front. She was brave enough to make a change. So I know for me, and people are really hypocritical when it comes to fitness. So I just have to kind of walk the walk and talk the walk. So I said to myself, you know what? I eat a lot of potato chips, a lot. So I said, you know what? I'm going to see if I can go 1 year without a bag of potato chips. Just 1 year without chips. I want to test myself. And this is what I want each and every one of you to do here today. Test yourself to see if you have the discipline, okay? In the Bible, God talks about how on our final days, we're going to sit there and say, oh, wow, I wish I had discipline, okay? Do you want to be that person? I know I don't want to be, so I had to test myself. So I went 1 year without potato chips. On January 2nd, I ate 9 bags of potato chips. My wife came in the room and she said, Rob, what are you doing? And I said, oh, babe, they were half air. They were half more air. I caught myself in my own excuse, and I said, you know what? We're going to go 1 more year. We're going to go 1 more year. So then I said, cookies 1 year. Cake, ice cream, milkshake, pizza. I said, hey, I played college football. I'm going to go football 1 year. No football. Basketball, I'm not going to watch that for 1 year. If we can do the discipline and discipline ourselves, then we can make a change. All right, for everyone here, we're going to do a quick exercise. Let's see if we can do this. Lift up your right hand and wiggle your fingers. Good. Now switch. Lift up your left hand and try the same thing. Does anyone know how they just did that? Yeah? Yeah, my body, my mind. Excellent. So think about it. Your heart belongs to you. Your lungs belong to you. But your mind belongs to you. That's why it's called your mind. It belongs to you. So the question is, who are you? That's scary. I talked to psychologists all over the world, and no one could find this answer. So I said, I better go to the only source. That's the Bible. When God told David to encourage himself in the Lord, I said, wait, what does that mean? He's telling him to encourage himself? Is there 2 Davids? What's going on here? We have to tell ourselves sometimes, it's time to get up in the morning. Let's go. Anyone have to do that? Talk to yourself sometimes, huh? You got to speak it. You got to speak life sometimes. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, you know what? It's time for me to hold back. No one to hold it. God says be quick to listen and slow to speak. Sometimes we can't say the first thing that's on our mind. Sometimes we have to get up and tell ourselves, you know what? I don't think I want to go to work today, but I'm going to go do it. I'm going to. Come on, you can do it. All right? Aren't we tired of being uncomfortable? Think about it. This is the equivalent to you waking up at 3 in the morning, knowing you have to get up and go to the bathroom, but your alarm is not until 6, so you're just going to sit there and be uncomfortable for 3 hours. Huh? I'm just going to wait for the alarm. Oh, I can hold it. Oh, the Lord will bless me someday, somehow. Yes, he will. No, stop. God's in there saying, don't put me in that mess. Don't put me in that. Oh, Lord, the bill. Who bought the car that you weren't supposed to get anyway? You know you couldn't afford it. Don't put God in that mess. You bought the car. Okay? You bought it. So we have to sit there and start taking personal accountability to ourselves and say, you know what? Why is it physically that I'm not where I want to be? Why is that? It's our own choices, just like your fingers. You had to tell your mind to tell your fingers to move. I know it sounds so surreal, but think about it. You had to tell your mind to tell your fingers to move. Just like the amazing woman who came up here earlier. Yes, I'm still looking at you. She had to tell her mind to tell her body to get up. While a couple other people may have been, I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to do push-ups? What's going on? Okay? Listen, God says that we are more than a conqueror. So why don't we start acting like it? Why don't we start walking like it? Why don't we start talking like it? Okay? This doesn't mean that we're rash. No, we can do this in love. This means that we can actually interact with people in love. Think about Jesus for a moment. He called people a snake, a slugger, saying, "Get away from me." I mean, he called them directly what they are, but he did it in love. How many people know someone in here who is unhealthy because of the choices that they made with food, with lack of discipline? Raise your hand. Anyone? Thank you. How many people know anyone who is overweight or out of shape? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, for all of you, I need everyone here, whether you know someone or not, I need everyone to point at me real quick. Just point at me. Point. Index finger, point. Yes. Yes. All right. Now look at your hand while you're pointing. You have 3 fingers pointing back at you. Guys, come on now. Think about it. We know that person who runs their mouth too much. Huh? We know that person who just gets on everyone's nerves. We know that person who's out of shape. We know that person who has lack of discipline. But we have to look at ourselves sometimes, okay? We can't cast that first stone. We got to look at ourselves sometimes and say, you know what? Am I doing the very best that I can right now? All right, so I want 1 year, no chips, no cookies, no. What is it that you can do? 3 days? No, let's say a week. What is it that you can do for 1 week? Take away, eliminate that from your life that you know is not good for you. And now we're going to put some people on the spot. Here we go. One thing.
I'll say junk food.
Junk food, very good, very good.
Sweets.
Sweets, very good, very good. All right, I see this group over here is getting a little nervous. I don't know what's going on. Let's see here. Let's take Jurassic Park. Like, if you stand still, he won't see you. Look at that one right there. All right, here we go.
Soda.
Very good. All right. Those people who were brave enough to speak, let's give them a quick round of applause for that. Guys, it's okay to be uncomfortable. Life is so uncomfortable that it's comfortable, okay? It's about the way that we see it. What lens are we choosing to view the world? In order to do that, we have to first view ourselves differently, okay? In order for us to have love and grace and peace towards others, let's first start doing that with ourselves, okay? All right, now, some of us have these bands here. Let's pull out our bands, everyone, okay? If it pops on you and hurts you, then don't hold me liable, okay? All right. Now, with this band in front of us, okay, we're going to pretend that I'm holding it with 2 hands, all right? I want each person to grab the band on each side, and I want us to first breathe, okay? In your nose, out your mouth. I want the shoulders back. Good posture. I see some of us are slumping over here. Come on now. We are conquerors. I just told us that we are more than conquerors, okay? So I want shoulders back, chest out, chin up. All right? We're all kings and queens in here, so I don't want that crown to fall forward, okay? Chin up. Some of us are slouching a little bit. Good. Chin up, shoulders back. Breathe in your nose, out your mouth. You're getting prepared to do something. You don't know what it is. I'm purposely waiting because I'm trying to build up anxiety in you. Okay? Yes. Dun, dun, dun. It's like life. You don't know what's going to happen next, but we're anticipating. Why? Because we're living life with expectancy. That's the way that God wants us to live. All right? Here we go. Both hands out. And we're pulling apart. And we're coming back. Breathe out. Breathe in. Pulling apart. Hold it. And coming back. One more. Pulling apart. And coming back. Good job. All right, excellent. Let's give ourselves a round of applause on that. Show of hands. Who worked out yesterday? Wow, I can actually count how many hands are up. All right, that's good. All right, now, show of hands. Who worked out today? You just did. This is a workout. Guys, give yourself that mental victory. This is excellent. If we didn't work out yesterday, we did something today. Each small step up that hill, you're getting closer to that mountaintop, okay? So let's start celebrating our small wins. You just did a workout. Now, these bands are a terrific exercise, okay? Just that isometric, just that isolation, holding that, controlling your breathing. And this is also a stress release. All right, I'm going to get ready to get off in a moment, but I want to share with you guys something that is going to help you get ripped, cut, in shape, and you can do it every single day. It's not a workout. It's a simple drink, okay? If someone needs to write it down, please do it. If someone wants to get the recording, please do that. I need ice cold water with lime. Not lemon. I see some of you writing it down. Not lemon, but lime. Lemon has a tendency to tear away from your teeth enamel, okay? And it's not going to be good over time. But something about the lemon, not only is it a strong antioxidant, but for some reason it gets you cut and ripped in amazing shape. Your body needs to stay at a certain temperature at all times. Homeostasis at all times. By drinking ice cold water, it actually shocks the system and it causes your body to say, wait a minute, what's happening here? Your heart rate starts to increase safely, which also speeds up your metabolism, okay? Not only that, when you add that lime, and I'm not talking about the lime at the end of the drink, no, none of that. I want you to scrape it off and put that pulp in there. Put that big lime in there, let it be there. That's an antioxidant. Some of you might be visiting Dr. Potty, okay? And the smell's not going to be great, so crack the window if you need to. Because this will take out excess bile and things that are in your intestines that you have had in there for weeks, okay? After a couple of weeks of this, you will notice that you will either lose weight or get in better shape, okay? Now, I only know this because I study the human body and I have hundreds and hundreds of clients, and every one of them has dropped 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds. And this is this drink. Drink this throughout the day, all day long, but not during a workout, okay? During a workout, you want to have around lukewarm or room temperature water, okay? So, what is this? I want to see if you're paying attention here. What was that drink? How was it done?
Lime. You said lime.
Lime. Not lemon, but lime. Good job. And ice cold water, okay? So I want to say, guys, here it is. And I'm getting ready to step off. I am so proud of each and every one of you, okay? The battles that you've been through your entire life. This is for everyone in the room, not just seniors. The battles that we've been through our entire life is preparing us for our next battle. But the beauty about this fight is that we've already won. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So even though you're facing something right now, please understand that you're in a fixed fight. God says that you've already won every battle you're going to face. You are more than a conqueror. This is what we are. So I don't need us to be tensed up in battle, believing that we need to fight against this enemy. I need us to be relaxed and be able to move smoothly. See, when you're tensed up, you're telegraphing your punches, okay? I'm a martial arts guy. So when you're tensed up, you're telegraphing your punches. We don't need that. I need you to be smooth and loose and fluid because you're walking in that ring knowing that you've already won. Our instructions, I need you to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and to walk in love. Thank you so much. Vanessa Crawford, Sheriff Crawford, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.